The next section is formulas. Before solving any type of formula, we need to substitute the known values into the formula and solve for the unknown variable. Before you get started with any of these, you have to make sure that you're using the correct formula for that situation. The first example that we are going to look at the area of a rectangle. I've listed the area. Some of you might know the area of a rectangle as length times width is the same thing as the base times the height. The base and the height also represents in different formulas because the base and the height are always perpendicular to each other. So you'll know that you have the right sides. Here, I know that the height is 7 centimeters and the area is 28 centimeters squared. Make sure that you use the units that are given so that you can make sure that your answer is the correct one that you're looking for. Substitute in what you know. The area is 28 centimeters squared. The base is not even mentioned. That's what we're looking for. So I'm going to keep that as B. And it's multiplied by a height of 7 centimeters. 7 centimeters is multiplied by our variable. So we need to divide both sides by 7 centimeters. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Centimeters squared, and you're dividing out a factor of centimeters. So that leaves us with centimeters to the first power. So the base of our rectangle is going to be 4 centimeters. Another formula that is used in our daily life is a savings account has made $56 in the last year. The interest rate is 4.7%. How much principal did you have at the beginning of the year? Please remember that the principal is the amount of money that you're borrowing or investing. The interest that we made is $56. I'm going to substitute that into the I. The P is the principal, and that is what we're looking for. So we're going to leave that as a variable. The interest rate, R, is 4.7%, but we cannot use 4.7%. We have to convert that to a decimal. Everything is based on 100% because that is a whole. So in order to change the percent to a decimal, you're going to divide by 100 or move the decimal place 2 places to the left. So as a decimal, 4.7% would be 0.047. And we're only looking at 1 year, so our time is going to be 1. What I have is 56 is equal to 0.047 times P. Anything multiplied has to be, divided by both sides. After we do this division, we find out that our principal is $1,191.49. That is the amount that you had in your savings account before the year started, and at the end of the year, your account had made $56. One more formula, and then we'll move on to the next section. Here we have the volume of a sphere, a ball, and it is 36 inches cubed. What is the radius of the sphere? So we are going to be looking for R. We know that the volume is 36 inches cubed, and that is going to equal 4/3 pi R cubed. First thing that we have to get rid of is the 4/3. Notice that all 3 of these variables are being multiplied together, so we have to divide each one to the other side. We can't divide by fractions unless we do that on a calculator, but we do know that instead of dividing by fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. So we're going to multiply both sides by 3/4. On the right side, it cancels out, or becomes 1. And then 3/4 times 36 gives me 27 inches cubed. Notice my units have not changed because I have not been dividing. I just divided by a constant, 4/3. So there was no units involved. So we still have inches cubed right now. The next, we need to get rid of the pi. So we're going to divide by pi. Notice on your calculator. On the graphing calculator, the pi is right here above this little arrow, and it is in blue. So when we want to take 27 divided by pi, since it is in blue, I need to hit second pi. So that gives us about 8.59. Notice we still have inches cubed. Now we have to deal with the exponent r cubed. The inverse of taking something to the third power would be a cube root. So we're going to take the cube root of both sides. In the calculator, the powers, this is r to the third. So when you want to take a cube root, we need to get that 3 to become a power of 1. In order to do that, we have to multiply this 3 by its reciprocal. Anytime you take a number and multiply it by its reciprocal, it's going to become 1. So in your calculator, when you want to take a cube root of something, you are going to take that number to the power of 1/3. So the cube root of that number is going to be 2.048 inches, because you are also taking the cube root of inches cubed. And that cube root times the power of 3 is going to be 1. So the radius is going to be 2.048 inches.